Jake Arns still a hit, and he goes to second on an E4. Not a good start for Sheboygan. On the season, Sheboygan is 3-2 against West Allis, winning the first 3 ball games of the season, but losing the last 2, the second of which was a 9-8 loss just the other night in West Allis. Next up for the Nationals is Jonah Meidel. He's playing left field today, and he takes that first pitch for a strike. Eric Schmidt's on the mound for Sheboygan. Probably this year their best starter, him or Andrew Nunez. My name is Mike Martin, filling in for Joey Grundle. Foul ball makes the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. We're in the top of the first inning. Nationals started off with a base hit and then an error on Aarons trying to make a dramatic play at first. He threw it away, allowing Mitchell to go to second. It's a bouncing ball to Stelt at third. He gloves it. Throws the first for the out. On the play, Mitchell moves over to third base. So with 1 out, the Nationals have a runner at third with Rob Coe, their pitcher, up.
Pitcher, number 31, Rob Coe.
Tonight's ball game is a Wisconsin State League regional final of the Wisconsin Baseball Class A state tournament. The winner of this game moves on to action later in the week at Joannes Park in Green Bay. Schmidt's first pitch to Coe is outside for a ball. A beautiful evening here in Sheboygan. Ball is out of play and foul in the first base bullpen area. West Allis is coached by Steve Elliott. Been around for a long time. Sheboygan, of course, Derek Lumens. Around the infield for Sheboygan, we got Stelt at third, Follish at short, Arns at second, and Alex D. over at first. Vietmeyer's catching. Line drive base hit to left by Coe, so he helps his own cause with a base hit and drives in a run. West Allis on top, 1-0.
Catcher, number 23, Alex Elliott.
That brings up the catcher, Alex Elliott. Running out the defense for Sheboygan, they got Kirst in left, Gates in center, and out in right field, Cole McClavick. Took a little something off that pitch, a swing and a miss. No balls and 2 strikes. Bouncing ball to short, over to Arns for 1. Relay to first, not in time. They get the lead runner.
Second baseman, number 8, Kyle Helkoff.
Next up for the Nationals, our second baseman, Kyle Kalkoff. Runner on first now is Alex Elliott. Ball is spanked foul. Breaking pitch is in for a strike. That makes the count no balls and 2 strikes. Nationals on top 1-0. Schmitz comes set, and now he delivers. Another breaking ball is a bounced foul. Sheboygan comes in with a 29-21-1 record overall. They're 19-10 in the Wisconsin State League. They finished the Northeastern Wisconsin League with a 6-6 record. There's a bouncing ball to Fowlish at short. He goes a short route over to second for the force out. After a half inning of play, West Allis 1, Sheboygan coming up.
Fans coming up on Sunday, August 18th, the Sheboygan A's will be hosting their 18th annual Snipe Scramble Golf Outing presented by Bank First National at Town and Country Golf Course in Sheboygan. The Snipe, named after longtime A's club member Snipe Van Bagel, is a scramble format golf outing open to men, women, and mixed couples, with prizes, lunch, dinner, beverage vouchers, awards, and more. The cost per foursome is $340 or $85 per single player. Or if you want to join us just for dinner, the cost is $25. To register, visit SheboyganBaseball.org or contact A's President Scott Stengel.
Four of their prospects. A couple of their top 10 prospects.
Well, you won't know
and they sent money with them too.
You won't know the results for a couple of years because of the prospects.
They said that there was a thing they were talking about in MLB during the trade deadline, that out of all the prospects that have been traded over a certain amount of years, just like 20.1% of them made the majors. So
I believe that. It's not a very high percentage, right?
And then they hang on to these prospects like they're cold. Because one of the announcers goes, having a number one farm system doesn't win you a World Series ring. It helps.
Right. Is there any when we come back? Rob Cole warming up on the mound for the West Allis Nationals. He helped his own cause with a single back in the first inning, top of the first, to drive in Mitchell, who singled and advanced to second on a throwing error, and then went to third on a ground out and scored on Coe's hit. Sheboygan is going to send up Ross Christ, Jake Fowlish, and Alex D., hoping to take the lead.
Leading off for the A's, left fielder, number 31, Russ Christ.
Chris steps in with a 240 batting average. His on-base percentage is over 400, so he does draw quite a few walks. It's that first pitch, towering fly ball out to right field, but foul. And unable to make the play out there was Max Montgomery. If you're looking for a little power from Christ, he does have 4 doubles and a triple, no home runs this season. Bouncing ball to second. Easy out. Kalkoff making the play over there. Over to Roundtree. Brings up Jake Fowlish. Fowlish had a slow start to his year, but he's been picking it up lately in a big way. He's now hitting .329, and he has displayed some power with 11 doubles, 2 triples, and a home run. Strength of his game before the hitting started was his fielding. Now he's been a complete player over the last several weeks. Roundtree makes the play. And Cole gets over just in time. Fowlish hustling, but couldn't beat the play. That brings up Alex D.
First baseman, number 28, Alex D.
Alex D steps in, hitting .318. Looks like he sounded like he cracked his bat, but if the bat is cracked, it died a hero's death with a base hit to left. That brings up fan favorite Harry Stout. Stout batting cleanup is the Northwoods cleanup hitter.
Northwoods Chemical cleanup
So
hitter.
he's got 13 doubles, but only one homer. He's been down this year in that regard. He's hitting .306. D taking a short lead at first as Harry Stout takes ball one. Cole delivers, and that base hit smothered by the second baseman, Kalkoff, and he flips to the shortstop, Pinellas, for the force out. What a play by Pinellas. And with that play, that ends the inning, half inning for Sheboygan. And at the end of one, it's West Allis 1, Sheboygan nothing.
Usually, I've never really been into this sappy, corny, mushy garbage.
You know what? I'm going for it. You are completely and utterly
Awesome. Great. I'm glad you showed up.
in my life.
I could never get through this world without you.
You are really close to be drawn.
I
think that line is only delivering within 5 minutes of our
Every
stores.
single
So your
time.
sandwich
Get down,
arrives
get
freaky
down.
fresh.
There you
It's
are.
nothing
You
personal.
always have
It's
my
because
My
sandwich.
back. I'm so glad you're alive.
It's like all these tiny little things
Yes, yes, things.
are serious and kind of important.
You gotta hold it like a baby bird.
And-
Please be quiet.
Listen, you hear that?
That's a little something I like to call
Friendship.
It's a hard hit ball taken by D, and he's going to take it to the bag himself. Nice play by Alex on a hard hit ball by Eli Roundtree. Next up for
Number one,
West Allis is their shortstop, J.J. Pinellas. First pitch is a strike. Bouncing ball to Fowlish. He charges. Fields and throws for the out. Nice play by Jake Follish. Brings up the number 8 hitter for West Allis, their center fielder, J.T. Reed.
J.T. Reed. How you doing?
West Allis on the season in the State League finished 19-10. Pardon me. 19-10, tied with Sheboygan for second place. Lombard won the league again with a 22-3 record. Reed swings and misses. He was behind that fastball. 2 balls and 1 strike. We have 2 outs. We're in the top of the second inning. This will be a 7-inning game. Reed tried to check his swing, and home plate umpire Jeff Woodliff goes to his partner Bill DeGroot on the bases, and he said Roundtree swung at it. So that evens the count now at 2-2. Woodliff is from Whitefish Bay, DeGroot from Oshkosh. So based on Reed's little dance at home plate, I think he fouled that ball right off his foot. Gonna have to get his steel toe shoes when he goes to work. Reed climbs in to face Schmitz. It's a 2-2 count. We have 2 outs. We're in the second inning. Ball in the dirt, loads it up at 3-2. Schmitz has made 8 starts with a couple of complete games. That ball hit in the hole and past Arns out into right field for a base hit. So Reed comes through, and that brings up the right fielder, Max Montgomery. Going back to Schmitz, he has a 3-2 record on the season. He has pitched 56 and 2/3 innings with an ERA of only 2.06. Schmitz having a real nice year. Infielders are back. Outfield is straight away. Montgomery takes that first pitch. It's a towering fly ball out to Gates. He's got it for the out, and that ends the inning. At the end of an inning and a half, it's 1-0. West Allis. Getting ready to start the bottom of the second inning. Leading it off for Sheboygan is their number 5 hitter, Josh Gates, the center fielder. Rob Cole on the hill for West Allis. Delivers ball one. Gates hitting .313 on the year. Swings and misses. Yeah, it's underneath the batting average. It does say .313. Another swing and a miss. Pitch is high. Good spot for that pitch, up and in, and Gates swung through it. First strikeout for Cole. Next up is Jake Arns.
Second baseman, number 29, Jake Arns.
Arns has seen a lot of action this year. He's got 2 doubles, 3 homers, hitting .236 as he steps in tonight. That first pitch for a ball. Called strike, evens the count at 1-1. Count is now even at 2-2. Arns number 29. I mentioned that he's seen a lot of action this summer. Cole took something off of that pitch, and Arns swung right through it. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Rob Cole. That brings up Jimmy Jurgensen.
Designated hitter.
Jurgensen having a nice season with Sheboygan, hitting .321. He does lead the club with 4 home runs. Also has 5 doubles. Line drive out the short center, and making the play is Pinellas. Went pretty deep into center field to make that play, but had no trouble corralling it. And that's the end of the second inning for Sheboygan. We're at the end of 2 complete of this 7-inning tournament game. West Allis on top, 1-0.
All right, fans, let's direct your attention to the field level where Sheila is standing by for tonight's Jimmy John's Limbo.
Tonight we have 3 participants in Jimmy John's Limbo. They can't touch the pool noodle and only their feet can touch the grass. And our winner will be taking home a prize courtesy of Jimmy John's.
All right, our contestants are underway. Round 1, pretty easy. Round 2, not much more difficult. Round
Over.
3, still no problem for our contestants.
Watching that.
Looks like we have a good batch of contestants this evening. Oh, hands touch the grass, so she is out. We are down to 2. Oh, this last one can get under. We have ourselves a winner. Fans, let's hear it for our contestants. Thank you for playing Jimmy John's Limbo.
Sheboygan, where the A's are getting ready to start the 3rd inning. Leading off The inning for West Dallas will be Tyrese Mitchell. Mitchell reached on an error, reached on a base hit, went to second on an error, and wound up scoring on pitcher Rob Coe's base hit. For the only run of the ball game, I might add.
Leading off for West Dallas, third baseman, number 19, Tyrese Mitchell.
Mitchell climbs in to face Eric Schmitz. He reached on an infield hit that just got by Eric Schmitz as he was trying to field it, and then Arns tried to make a heroic play and wound up throwing it away, allowing Mitchell to go to second, and he eventually scored. High bouncing ball to short. Folish comes in, rifles a throw across for an easy out. Brings up Jonah Meidel. Meidel grounded to third in the first inning. He's 0 for 1 in a ball game.
Jonah Meidel.
Meidel normally plays the outfield. We've seen him over the course of the season playing center field and left field. Tonight he's in left. Another strike. Schmitz on top. No balls and 2 strikes. Meidel hangs in there with a foul tick. It was a good pitch by Schmitty. The Wisconsin Baseball Classic runs through August 4th. Swing and a miss by Meidel, but Wiedmeyer has to throw down and does, so it's a strikeout for Schmitz. And then a 3-2 putout for Wiedmeyer to D. Brings up Coe.
Number 31, Rob Coe.
Rob Coe is 1 for 1 with an RBI. Another bouncer to Folish. He steps back, makes the play, and guns the throw over to first for the out. And a real quick inning for Schmitz and the A's. They set down the West Dallas Nationals 1, 2, and 3 hitters. Well, 1, 2, 3. At the end of 2.5, Nationals on top.
All right, fans, the bottom of the third inning is brought to you by Larry's Distributing as they bring you the Budweiser Thirst Inning. For every run the A's score this half inning, a different fan will win a pitcher of Bud Light. Make sure to cheer them out for your A's this half inning so we can give away some free beer.
Back at Wildwood Park, it'll be the 9-1-2 hitters for Sheboygan. Cole McClavick, the right fielder, will be leading it off. Leading it off. Wiedmeyer steps in, hitting .246. His strength and value to the team is his great catching ability. Takes that first pitch on the outside corner for a strike. Rob Coe has been on his game so far. Wiedmeyer takes another pitch on the outside corner for strike 2. In the games that I've saw between Sheboygan and West Allis, Coe has not done a lot of pitching, but he looks like an experienced pitcher out there tonight. Roundtree makes the play.
Right fielder, number 24, Cole McLavitt.
Oh, we get the number 9 hitter for Sheboygan, Cole McLavitt. CJ Skelton, our leader up here in the press box, just informed me that Cole is pitched professionally. So my guess about him being an experienced pitcher is correct. McLavitt hits that first pitch pretty hard, but ended up being a routine fly ball for Montgomery.
Ross Chris.
That takes us to the top of the order with Ross Christ. Chris grounded out to second in his first at bat. Takes the first pitch for a strike. Well, as you can see, Coe is going to be a handful tonight for the A's. At the last pitch, even the count at 1-1. Coe in the windup. That was one of the harder pitches he's thrown tonight. Fortunately for him, fortunate for the A's, it comes in low for ball 2. We got 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the third. Chris gets under that one, pops it up. Meidel makes the play out and left, and then we're at the end of 3 innings, at the end of 3 complete. Nationals on top 1-0.
$10 Legend Larry's gift card. So get on your feet and show us your best.
We're back at Wildwood Baseball Park, getting ready to start the 4th inning of a 7-inning tournament game. This is Wisconsin State League regional final of the Wisconsin Baseball Class A state tournament. You might say, well, why isn't Lombard the winner of the state league representing the league in this tournament? Well, they're from Illinois, and that's why this is a Wisconsin tournament. So it's going to be a Wisconsin team, and it's either going to be Sheboygan or West Allis going up to Johannes Park in Green Bay to play in a 4-team double elimination tournament. Leading off the 4th is Alex Elliott, the catcher. Eric Schmidt still on the mound for Sheboygan. First pitch is a ball.
Fans A1 has crowned our Legendaries Chicken Dance winner, sitting over on the third base bleachers. Let's give a round of applause.
Yep. Oh, last name? SCHMELZER.
Schmelzer?
Yes.
ground ball.
Elliott on a hard ground ball to Diu makes another nice play, unassisted. That brings up Kyle Kalkoff, their second baseman. Kalkoff had a nice play on a ground ball by Stelt up the middle. He dove and got to and then flipped to his partner Pinales at second. Pinales fouled that one off of his leg. Up in the booth, we have Bill Wagner down on the other end doing the field announcing, running the enhancements for the game and doing the announcing. CJ Skelton, Dan Sweet doing the book, and along with director Kyle Schmelzer, I'm Mike Martin doing the broadcast live stream. Pitch comes in low in the zone for a strike. No balls and 2 strikes. Kalkoff didn't like the call, but he climbs back in. He's ready to hit. Raking pitch by Eric Schmitz stays inside. Infield is back. Outfield is straight away for Sheboygan. Kalkoff is 0 for 1. He reached on a fielder's choice to end the first inning. He sits with a count of 1 ball and 2 strikes. This is the last home game of the season for Sheboygan. Good curveball. D makes a nice pickup and runs it over to the bag for his second unassisted putout of the inning. Now, if he can do that once more, that'll be a major league record.
First baseman, number 00, Eli.
Next up for the Nationals is 00, first baseman Eli Roundtree. Schmitz with a good fastball for a strike. Roundtree fouls that one straight back. No balls and 2 strikes. We're in the top of the 4th inning. West Allis scored in the top of the 1st on a Rob Coe single that drove in Tyrese Mitchell. Roundtree got under that one, popped it up. Stelt calls for it and makes the grab. And at the end of 3.5, West Allis remains up 1-0.
All right, fans, we are sending it over to Sheila, who is standing by with this evening's True and True Value Trivia contestant.
Our contestant this evening for trivia is Sherry, and the multiple choice.
Back at Wildwood Park, getting ready to start the bottom of the 4th inning. It'll be Follish, D, and Stelt, 3 of the better hitters in Sheboygan's lineup. Follish hit a ground ball to first baseman Roundtree, who flipped it over to Coe for the out. That was his late. Like Yogi Berra said one time, it's getting late early out here. Pitches in for a strike, evens the count at 1-1. You mentioned Follish started his season off with the A's a little slow with the batting. His fielding has been pretty solid throughout the year. It's that next pitch foul against the screen. Makes it count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Another foul. Folish has seen a lot of action. He's appeared in 47 games, this being his 48th. Has 156 at bats. Has walked 15 times, only struck out 20. That's pretty good. Does have 11 doubles. Ranks him second on the team in that category. That pitch right on the outside corner for strike 3. Called strikeout, and Cole starting to get his sea legs now with the strikeouts. He's got 3 so far in the ball game. Alex D is up next.
Baseman, number 28, Alex D.
D singled his first trip. Mighty swing and a miss. D is 21 years old from Onalaska, Wisconsin. Goes to University of Illinois, Chicago. Onalaska boy out on the west side of the state over by La Crosse. Pitches in the dirt, makes it 2 balls and 1 strike. The umpire needs a little bit of a break. He took that pitch and it stung a little bit, let's put it that way. Elliott, the Nationals catcher, did the right thing, going out to talk to his pitcher, even though he really didn't need to. But giving the umpire a little bit of a breather, and we're all set and ready to go. Breaking pitch is fouled off. Count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. There's 1 out. We're in the bottom of the 4th. Harry Stelt on deck. Ball is fouled off, and Elliott got his glove up, but just couldn't quite make the grab. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Strike 3. Another strikeout. That brings up Harry Stelt. That's 4 strikeouts now for Cole.
The third baseman, number 19, Harry Stelt.
Jeff Woodliff hanging in there. Was the umpire that got hit by that pitch a couple of pitches ago. Harry Stelt, the Northwoods cleanup hitter, reached on a fielder's choice to end the first. He hit a ball that looked like a base hit to center field, but Kalkoff made a diving stop and flipped to Pinellas to force D out at second base, and that ended the first inning. Right now there's 2 outs and nobody on. The count is 2-0, or pardon me, 1-1 to Stelt. Thanks, Dan. Seeing what are friends for, but to tell the other friend you made a mistake. Stout looking. He gets a good rip at that one. Gets it out towards right, but it's foul. That one may have gone out onto New Jersey Avenue. Oh, here he had a bad swing at that one and strikes out, and Cole strikes out the side. And we're at the end of 4 innings, and West Allis is still on top, 1-0.
All right, fans, we're sending it field up to Sheila once again. You're standing by for tonight's Eastfeld's mascot race. We'll have a close race coming into the final turn at third base. A1 is trying to catch up desperately, but he cannot, and we have our winner. Fans, let's give him a round of applause.
But anyway, she said when she finally got there were 7 people watching. She said,
That's more than usual.
oh, really?
Yeah.
I was on maybe a couple of weeks ago now. It had 12 on. I like to say things like they could be watching in New Zealand.
It could be. Look at it.
See you later, kiddo. Back at Wildwood Park, getting set to start the 5th inning. It'll be the bottom part of the order for West Allis. Their 7, 8, and 9 hitters. JJ Pinales, the shortstop, will lead it off. Pinales grounded short. His first trip, he's 0 for 1 in a ball game. Attempted bunt, he punts right through it. Schmidt still on the mound for Sheboygan. Schmidt's no walks, 1 strikeout. Cole for West Allis has 5 strikeouts and no walks. Slow bouncing ball foul. Harry Stelt picks it up and fires it over to Schmitz. Not taking any chances. Pinales ran that one out. Taking his good-natured time getting back into the box. And Vietmeyer sets the bat on home plate so Pinales doesn't have to bend over. Bit of good sportsmanship there. A good breaking pitch by Schmitz, but Pinales spoils it by fouling it off. We are in the 5th inning, and we're about an hour, not even an hour into this ball game. So just been cruising along. Pinales swings and misses for strike 3. Schmitz now has retired 8 straight Nationals batters. He's been on fire since that first inning. Unfortunately, Cole has been just as efficient, retiring 10 Sheboygan A's batters in a row. Follish ranging over into short left field, makes the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out. And we're now sitting in the top of the 5th with 2 outs and nobody on. Max Montgomery's up. Montgomery flew out to Gates in center field. Gates, a fast runner. Infield is back at all 3 spots, all 4 spots, I mean. Follish just off the grass at short. Now he backs up to the edge of it. Arns is right at the edge of the grass. Pitch is in the dirt, evens the count at 1-1. Center fielders are reasonably deep. The outfielders, pardon me, reasonably deep and straight away. Montgomery swings through that fastball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pitch is hit high into left field. Left fielder doesn't see it. Gates charging over from his spot, can't make the play. And Montgomery reaches on a double. The A's left fielder, Chris, could not see the ball, which is highly unusual with these brand new lights. That's not supposed to happen. You can understand that happening in with the old lights, but not with these.
Third baseman, number 19, Tyrese Mitchell.
That takes us to the top of the order with Tyrese Mitchell. Mitchell is 1 for 2, and he scored the only run of the ball game. Arns trying to deke Montgomery back to second. First pitch swinging. Stelt rifles the throw over for out number 3. So the 2-out double does not hurt. And we're moving on to the bottom of the 5th. Nationals on top 1-0. Never know. I remember playing day games where they had cyclone fences and you lose it in the cyclone fence as it glares. We're getting ready to start the bottom of the 5th. It'll be Josh Gates who made that diving attempt in the last half inning, but couldn't quite come up with it. It was the left fielder's ball, but Chris never saw it off the bat. Dan Sweet saying part of the problem was the lights over across the street on the softball diamond can cause a glare where the outfielder has trouble picking it up, and that may have been the case. Gates steps in. He's 0 for 1. He struck out back in the second inning. Falls that pitch back. The only hit of the ball game for Sheboygan is the first inning 2-out hit by Alex D. West Allis only has 3 hits, but they have a run. Rob Coe has been quite good. Retiring 10 A's batters in a row. Oh, he loaded a fastball and threw it very hard and caught the corner. Fans don't like it. Gates doesn't like it, but it's too close to take. And that brings up Jake Arns.
Jake Arns.
Jake is Sheboygan's second baseman. He hails from Mauston, Wisconsin. Attends Marian University.
Oh, come on. The one before was a strike. That's got to be a strike.
That makes the count 2 balls and 1 strike. Line drive right to Pinellas. Backhands it, throws across for the out. Nice play by JJ Pinellas. That brings up Jimmy Jurgensen. Jurgensen leads the ball club in home runs with 4. We could use one right now. Jimmy normally plays first base. Alex D is over there tonight. Jurgensen is the designated hitter. And he's 0 for 1, popped to short his first time up. A little behind that fastball. Winner of this ball game advances to the Wisconsin Baseball Class A state tournament up in Green Bay. It's a 4-team double elimination tournament. Pitch rides high and outside, evens the count at 2-2. Jurgensen hails from Jackson, Wisconsin, not too far from here. There's a line drive, down, a base hit. Trying to sell it is the center fielder, Reed, but the umpire is saying no. Jurgensen on at first base. It's hard to tell from our perch in the press box whether it was caught or not. Nationals manager is coming out to talk to Jeff Woodliff, the home plate umpire, see what he saw. And it's even going to be harder for him to tell if it was caught or not. Play stands as a base hit that ends the streak of 12 straight by Cole.
Number 20, Logan Vittmeyer.
Logan Vietmeyer's up with Jimmy Jurgensen on at first, but there are 2 outs. Cole McClavic on deck. Pop up. Vietmeyer with 2 outs trying to bunt to get on. It doesn't make any sense. Derek Lumens is not happy about the decision, but that ends the inning. And we're heading into the 6th inning with West Dallas still on top, 1-0.
We're sending it back to Sheila, who's standing by for tonight's Dizzy.
We're getting ready to start 6th inning action. For West Dallas, it'll be their number 2 hitter and left fielder, Jonah Meidel. And then the pitcher, Rob Coe. And following him will be Alex Elliott, the catcher. JT Reed made a great effort out in center field to catch Jurgensen's line drive. Director Kyle Schmelzer thought it was caught. It was hard to tell. And it helped the A's. It did drop, was called a base hit, but They were not able to capitalize. Sun's going down. It's getting quite dark now. Lights are starting to take effect. You'd think that would help the fielders. It's always a little harder in the twilight to track the ball. Oh.
Leading off for West Dallas, left fielder.
Kyle is trying to do some replays on it. We can't do it in our live stream, but when we're not live, you can go back and do it. It's hard to tell. Meidl swings at Eric Schmitz's first offering here in the 6th inning and comes up empty. Bouncing ball, fair. Got past Harry Stout. A great throw in, but late. And Meidl's in with a sliding double.
Pitcher, number 31, Rob Cole.
In this situation, the last time Cole was up, he was able to get a base hit to drive in the run. Let's see how he does this time. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game. Schmidt's got his work cut out for him now. He can't let West Dallas score anymore. It's been very tough going for the A's hitters against Cole. He's been real tough tonight. Swings at that first pitch and fouls it back into the first base bullpen area. Schmidt comes set at the belt and delivers. Fastball comes in low. Sitting at 1-1. There's no, pardon me, there's nobody out. We're in the 6th inning. Cole, it's a base hit to right center, and that'll drive in Meidl, and West Dallas has a 2-0 lead. Doesn't look like anybody's warming up in the Sheboygan bullpen, but that does bring up Alex Elliott, the catcher. Elliott is 0 for 2. Cole's on first. It's his second RBI of the ball game. Winner of this ball game is going to move on to the state tournament up in Green Bay. This is a regional final game. That strike evens the count at 1-1. Line drive up the middle and through, a base hit. Puts runners on first and second. Still nobody out. 3 straight hits off of Schmitz here in the 6th. And Derek Lumen's coming out to have a chat. I think Lumens is talking possibly about the bunt defense. Up next is Kyle Kalkoff, the number 5 hitter. Kalkoff is 0 for 2. We'll have to see how the defense is set up when he gets up to bat. No changes. Schmitty staying in the ball game.
Second baseman,
Sheboygan has really struggled tonight batting. They have not been able to get a runner even to second base. They only have 2 hits. Okay, setting the defense. D at first base is on the grass. Stelt at third is even with the bag. Middle infielders are still back. Kolkoff does square but takes the pitch for strike one. Interesting situation here. D was way up. Falish is up the middle on his defensive positioning. He's in no way to help out at third, and that's the reason for Stelt to be even with the bag. Schmitz is going to have to cover from the mound over to the third base line on any bunt attempt. D's got the other side pretty well covered. He's a couple steps onto the grass. Kolkoff swinging away that time, fouled it off. See what the defense does now. D is moving back onto the dirt. Boy, Schmitty could use a double play here. Comes the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball is tapped foul. In what is now over 59 innings, Schmitz has 60 strikeouts. So not a bad strikeout pitcher either. We could use that and then the double play. That pitch goes off of Wiedmeyer's glove, and that really hurts. That pass ball allows the base runners to move up to second and third, and takes away the possibility of the double play, and also forces the infield to move in. Short and second are even with the grass. Stelt is a step up from the bag, and D is on the grass now. Breaking ball is low. It makes the count 3-2. Eli Roundtree is on deck for the Nationals. Breaking pitch is low for a ball. That walk with the runners on second and third isn't the worst. It would have been a bad walk if the runners would have been on first and second.
First baseman, number
Does set up a
92,
force at any base.
Roundtree.
Infield is still up at all positions. The outfield still reasonably deep. Roundtree 0 for 2. He popped up his last time. Pitch just a little bit inside, almost nicked Roundtree. Good thing it didn't. Schmitz comes set and delivers. That pitch is on the, looked like it was on the outside corner. In either case, it's a strike, evens the count at 1-1. Big moment here for Sheboygan. They can't allow West Allis to score any more runs. Pitch is high and outside. Pitch is hit in foul territory down the first baseline and over the dugout into the bullpen area. Makes the count 2-2. West Allis on top 2-0. We're in the top of the sixth of a 7-inning game. Sheboygan only has 6 more outs to work with. Pitch not called a strike. Schmitz wanted it. The fans definitely wanted it. That makes a count 3 balls and 2 strikes. Pitch is popped up on the infield. That's an automatic out. Infield fly rule in effect. Follish makes the catch. Problem with that is there's still only one out, and the bases are still. Schmitz made the big pitch when he needed to on that 3-2 to Roundtree. First pitch goes high, ball one. Swing and a miss. Evens the count at 1-1. Bases are loaded for West Dallas. There's one out. They lead it 2-0. We're in the 6th inning. Pitch fouled straight back. We mentioned earlier, Pinellas 0 for 2. He struck out his last time. Second and short are about halfway, playing for the double play. Corners are even with the bag. Pinellas will be a hard guy to double up. He's pretty fast. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. There is one out. Koa's at third. Elliott's at second. And Kalkoff is over at first base. Those are the national runners. Pinellas is at the bat. And he's down in the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Oh, good pitch on the outside corner. Nice fastball by Eric Schmitz. And Pinellas is called out on strikes, and that's out number 2. Sheboygan needs to get one more. JT Reed is the man. Reed is 1 for 2. He singled back with 2 outs in the second, and he popped to short his last time. Another big situation for both ball clubs. First pitch is called a ball. Force at any base with the bases loaded. Reed takes that pitch for a strike. It's 1-1. 2 outs. We're in the top of the 6th. Sheboygan down 2-0. Reed fouls that pitch right at home plate. Leading off the bottom of the 6th for Sheboygan will be their number 9 hitter, Cole McClavick. And then they go back to the top of the order. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Schmitz needs to make another big pitch. Reed crowding the plate. Breaking ball is a little bit low. Evens the count at 2-2. All right, Reed's elbows are almost hanging over the home plate as he is really crowding the plate. Pitch backs him off. Schmidt wanted that call. He thought that was right on the corner. It was a good pitch on the inside, but umpire Woodliff didn't see it that way, and we're full again. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Bouncing ball to Arns. Schmitz hustling over. He got him. DeGroot, the home plate umpire, calls him out, and it's a good thing because if he didn't, that would have been 2 runs for West Dallas. Schmitz doing a great job of getting over, and a great job by D to make the plate, and we're at the end of 5.5. West Dallas on top.
All right, fans, it's time for a little musical chairs.
Pitch is on the inside corner for strike one. Chris has appeared in, this is his 44th game for the A's. He's got 31 hits. Does have 7 stolen bases, but that doesn't help us. He's not getting on base. Line drive, foul down the left field line. He's got 4 doubles and a triple to go along with his 240 batting average. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Rob Coe has been very good tonight. Count is evened up at 2-2. Pitch is high. Full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Chris going old school with the stirrup socks. Hits that pitch high on the infield. Coming in, Tyrese Mitchell, and it's dropped. Looked like it hit Penales' glove and fell to the ground, but I think it was Mitchell who missed it. Ball is dropped. It goes as an error. Make it an E5. And that brings up the number 2 hitter, Jake Follish. Follish 0 for 2. But the A's got a base runner, tying run at the plate. First pitch is a ball. Pitch is in there for a strike, evens the count at 1-1. Chris taking a conservative lead over at first. Coe set at the belt. A throw is high by Elliott, and Chris is in with a stolen base. They must have spotted something with Coe's delivery, because with a 2-run deficit, stealing a base at this juncture is maybe not the most inviting thing to do strategically, but it worked so far. Got a runner on second and only 1 out. Alex D is on deck. Bouncing ball up the middle. That'll get a runner to third. Throw across by Penales is in time. But on the play, Chris moves to third, and that brings up Alex D.
First baseman, number 28, Alex D.
D ranks third on the team in doubles with 10. He also has 2 home runs. He is the tying run at the plate. No wind to speak of. The flag is not flying out in center field. It's limp on the pole. So he's not going to get any help from the wind. Swings at that first pitch and comes up empty. Let's get 1 run at a time. We need a base hit right now. Swing at a breaking pitch that was outside. No balls and 2 strikes. And swings and misses at the next offering. And Sheboygan with a great opportunity. They come up empty here in the 6th, and we move to the 7th.
All right, fans, it is that time of game.
Montgomery.
Top of the 7th inning, Max Montgomery be leading it off for West Dallas. He's out in right field. He's their number 9 hitter. He had a double his last time up. He's 1 for 2. Eric Schmidt still on the mound for Sheboygan. Starts the inning off with a strike. It's 2-0. West Dallas. Rob Coe has been the story of the game so far. He has pitched 6 innings, allowed only 2 hits, and has struck out 7 batters. And he's got 2 RBIs. Yes, he has driven in the only runs of the ball game. Pitch is popped up behind home plate, but carries out of play. Lands on top of the press box, skybox building. We're here at Wildwood Baseball Park in Sheboygan, Wisconsin, and we've got viewers from around the globe watching this ball game. That pitch makes the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Schmidt trying to work Montgomery. Comes in with a fastball, and it's tapped foul down the left field side. Montgomery flew out to center field in the 2nd. He doubled in the 5th inning. Schmidt's into the windup. Pitches off the plate for a ball. It's 2-2. Sheboygan will have Stelt, Gates, and Arns up in the 7th. Their last chance. A 7-inning ball game for tournament play. And this has been a quick mover. You know, a couple of weeks ago we were here for a doubleheader on I think it was a Saturday night, huh, CJ? 2.5 hours and 2 hours and 15 minutes. No wonder Wagner doesn't do doubleheaders. Oh, a bunt, and it's a beauty. Schmidt's on a nice play, and Montgomery beats it out for a base hit. It was not really a bunt. It was an excuse me swing, and he got it in a good spot. Schmidt made a nice play on it, but couldn't get the speedy Montgomery. Derek Lumen's out talking to Jeff Woodliff, asking for help at DeGroot to ask for some help, see if Woodliff got him, and Woodliff says no, he's safe. So it's now official, infield single.
Third baseman, number 19, Tyrese Mitchell.
We might have had an uprising in that Nationals dugout if Montgomery would have been called out on an appeal. Montgomery taking a pretty nice lead over at first. You can expect him to be going. Ground ball to Folish at short. No play at second. D on a nice scoop on a low throw at first to get the out, but Montgomery moves up. Well, the least Folish could do is buy Alex D a hot dog at the stand after the ball game for saving him an error. Jonah Meidel is up next. He doubled and scored the 2nd run for the Nationals in the 6th. He's 1 for 3. Schmitz has pitched a beauty of a ball game. Dan, how many pitches has he thrown, do you know? 100 pitches on that last throw. He still looks like he's got some gas left in the tank, too. Comes in with a good heater there, but it's off the plate. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Fly ball out to short center. That's going to drop for a hit. Montgomery had to wait to see if it was going to drop in, so he's only going to advance to third. But Meidel is on at second. That's his second hit of the ball game. That brings up Rob Cole. Cole has been dynamite with his batting. He's 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs. It's hard to tell from our vantage point, but I don't see anybody warming up in the Sheboygan bullpen. Runners on first and third. That certainly don't want to give West Dallas a third run. Schmidt set at the belt. He delivers. Pitch is taken for a ball, and Meidel steals second. Good play by Wiedmeyer to just hang on to it. Not that he had a chance at him anyway. 1 ball and 1 strike. Runners on at second and third. Ball, 2-1. Wiedmeyer looking into the dugout, and Lumen says, put him on. We're not going to mess with that guy, and that's a good move. It's a second walk by Schmidt. First one was unintentional. That loads the bases with 1 out. Alex Elliott is up. Elliott is 1 for 3. He singled his last time, was stranded at second base to end the inning. Swinging a foul tip into the mid of Wiedmeyer. On deck is Kyle Kalkoff. He owns the other walk. There's a fly ball to deep center field. Gates racing over. He makes the catch. That's deep enough to score a run. So give Elliott a sacrifice fly and an RBI. Scoring on the play is Montgomery. And Meidel also tagged up at second and moved to third. But there are 2 outs. That was a big run for the Nationals. They now lead it 3-0. The other night when these 2 teams played, the A's lost 9-8, and West Dallas had a big rally to come back from a deficit to win it. Maybe Sheboygan can return the favor tonight. First pitch is a strike to Kalkoff. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. Runners on the corners for the Nationals. Count is 1-1. Last home game for Sheboygan. Another successful season for them. Win or lose. Bouncing ball in the hole, and it's through. Another run for West Dallas. They're finding the holes.
First baseman, number 00, Eli Roundtree.
It's the second inning in a row where they've gotten 3 hits off of Eric Schmitz. We now have 9 hits in the ball game. West Dallas does. And that brings up Eli Roundtree. He hits a 1-hopper to D, who makes a nice play. Steps on the bag for the 3rd out. But not before West Dallas comes up with another run. 2 more runs, pardon me. And at the end of 6.5, they lead it 4-0.
It's time to get up and stretch them out and sing along as we play Take Me Out to the Ball Game.
I don't think you're into it.
Well, that'll happen when the guy's throwing like Cole is.
He's only thrown 70 pitches.
Really.
Because we have piss poor approaches at the plate.
That buns really confused me.
Don't worry, confused everybody else too.
What, on B-minor?
Yeah.
Well, it's because he wasn't supposed to be bunted. It was a stupid play, which is why Lumen started going off on him. That's why we're always a second place team. Stupid shit.
Fundamentals. Game smarts. I mean, I've seen how far the third baseman is standing back. I understand that, but no.
Okay, sorry about that.
Harry,
Kyle Schmelzer, director tonight. Kyle, an intern with the Sheboygan A's.
The Northwood
This is his last game. I don't know, are you going to be back next year?
Number 19.
Probably not. So
Harry
nice working
Stout.
with you tonight, Kyle. When we're into the bottom of the seventh, last chance for Sheboygan. Harry Stout, the Northwoods cleanup hitter, is leading off the inning. Swings at that first pitch, fouls it straight back. Harry is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. I didn't get a chance to mention it. It was probably a good thing I didn't do it on his last at bat, but Harry is comfortable batting with 2 strikes. You don't see that a lot with hitters, but Harry has got a good eye, and once he does get 2 strikes, he's a battler up there. He's going to have to battle right now. Coe's pitch is outside, makes the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. It's a good battle between 2 veteran players. Took a little something off that pitch, and Harry swung and missed. And Coe has got the upper hand tonight on all of the Sheboygan A's hitters.
Center fielder, number 36, Josh Gates.
Josh Gates is up next. Gates is 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. That strikeout on Stelt was the 8th for Coe. Dan Sweet was telling me before we started the inning, Coe only had 70-some pitches. He hasn't even hit 80 yet. Pitch comes in low. Makes the count 1 ball and 1 strike. Gates able to check his swing. He almost offered at it, but checked his swing. Makes the count 2 balls and 1 strike. So I'm going to foul at home plate. Line drive, base hit to left. Gates with a nice swing. We're still alive. Jake Arns is up next. He's 0 for 2. Strikeout and a ground out to short.
Second baseman, number 29, Jake Arns.
Cole comes set. Now he delivers. Pitch is called a ball. Gates taking a conservative lead, down 4 runs. Don't want to get anybody thrown out on the bases. Breaking balls in for a strike. Pitch makes it 2-1. Not a lot of action by Derek Lumens down in the third base coach's box. All he can do is hope for some base hits or some walks. Nobody warming up in the West Dallas Nationals bullpen, which would seem to be normal with only around 80 pitches by Cole and throwing a really great ball game tonight. Also drove in 2 runs. That pitch is called a ball, and that puts runners on first and second, and only 1 out. And Jimmy Jurgensen up. We mentioned earlier in the ball game, Jurgensen led the club this year in home runs with 4.
Jimmy Jurgensen.
And he's got a hit tonight. He's 1 for 2. Vietmeyer, the on-deck hitter, is the tying run. This is also it's only the second time in the ball game that Sheboygan has got a runner to second base. Christ made it last inning when he stole second. He ended up dying at third. No balls and 2 strikes on Jurgensen. He's going to have to battle now. Cole knows how to pitch, and he gets 0-2. He's not going to deliver one in the strike zone. He's going to try to get you to chase one. He's done that tonight a couple of times. Ground ball through for a base hit. And they're going to hold the runner at third. The ball hit Jake Arns. It's going to go as a base hit, but Arns is going to be called out. And the runner, Gates, has to hold. Matter of fact, he should go to third. No, you don't send him back to second. Yes, you do. Jurgensen gets a kind of a cheap base hit, hitting the runner. I'll argue with that till the day is dead. Day is gone. It should be a base hit. And you talk about Cole pitching a good ball game, and then you got to have a little luck besides, and Sheboygan did not get it right there. Ball hitting Arns as he advanced second. The umpire's actually right. When a batter gets hit by a batted ball, he goes back to the base he started at. Haven't had that situation in 35 years of umpiring. Haven't had that situation very often, but I can remember it happening when I was umpiring here in Sheboygan, actually. Many moon ago. Well, Derek doing his best to get his runner at third, but the umpire got the call right.
The catcher, number 20, Logan Vittmeyer.
Logan Vietmeyer is up next. Logan is 0 for 2. The last one back in the 5th inning had us scratching our head with 2 outs and a man on. Logan tried to bunt and fouled it behind home plate, and it was caught by Elliott for the 3rd out. First pitch swinging is hit foul. So there's 2 outs. We got Gates at second, Jurgensen at first. Vietmeyer up. West Dallas Nationals up 4-0. Ground ball over to third base. Mitchell, he goes to second. To Kalkoff for the force out, and that's the ball game. Sheboygan loses it 4-0. They end their season with a 29-22 record and finished second in the state league, only third in the Northeastern Wisconsin League. All they have to look forward to now is an offseason. West Allis Nationals advance. Pitcher was Eric Schmitz. Schmitty pitched a good one, but no offensive support. With that, we're going to sign off. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you next season.
Thursday at Sunset Park.